Okay, this time we are not gonna make this guy stay. Time to answer his riddle properly and move on swiftly from here. But of those three possibilities, the answer that made the most sense was spider. The answer is a spider. Or spiders. Right? Elliot Fairy looked furious the moment the answer was out of my mouth, and my heart leaped. If they were mad, it definitely meant it was because I'd done something right. We answered your riddle and paid your price. I hope you know that according to your own rules, you have to let us through.
Fine. I'll have to let you slide past this time, but I don't think you'll make it much further than this.
None of you thought we'd make it even this far, so... I gave a little shrug. He scowled and shot me such a look of loathing that I almost took a step back.
I wonder if you'll actually make it to the ending with time to spare, or will you be too late? I can't wait to see.
What's that? But he stepped into the knitted shadows and disappeared. Behind him, the wall melted, leaving the path open. Too late? Does that mean we have a time limit? Because no one said anything about that. I bit my lip and took a deep breath. Ah. Okay, so he did run into you. I was almost disappointed Brenna wasn't with us to see this madness. But, to be honest, with a looming time limit and everything else happening, I was just too worried to be amused at this. We know the drill by now. We can't pass until you ask us some weird question to test our knowledge and all that. We're a little short on time, so how about we just get on with it?
You're getting impatient. Be careful that you listen closely and don't make a mistake due to that impatience. A journey at sea, in a boat like a green pea. Wedding food eaten by cat and owl, cutlery used after married by fowl. A giver of rings while someone else sings, and an instrument played on that boat. What are all of these things?
What? I glanced at Allie, but she also seemed to be mulling it over still. The other riddles typically involved mythology, literature, or animals. This definitely sounded like it was referring to a tale or maybe a rhyme? Cats and owls. I might know what this one was referring to. If I was right, that meant the answer was... If it was a pea green boat, then the wedding food had to be... The thing is, I know this rhyme, but I can't remember the... It's like the owl and the pussycat went to sea in a little pea green boat. They took some honey and plenty of money. Man, it's right on the edge of my memory, but I can't remember exactly. It definitely wasn't cake and steak. What do my notes say anyway? I mean, I had to pick the wrong one regardless, but... Okay, so the answer would have been quince and mince eaten with a runcible spoon. But I cannot for the life of me remember how that rhyme completed. I guess I'll see in one of these bad endings, because we'll have to go through this and pick all the right choices eventually. Man, it kind of bugs me though that I can't remember that rhyme word for word. Let's do mice and pies, because I would have been stuck between these two. Okay, I think I know the poem this was based on. I don't remember all the words, but it was an owl and cat that sailed on a pea green boat and got married. They ate mice and pies with the pobble fork? The fake Brenna gave me a smug grin and clicked her tongue before I could stumble further along. I bit my lip uncertainly. That was definitely a sign I was way off track, wasn't it? Damn!
Oh dear, that's the last chance for you. It looks like your journey ends here.
No, wait! I know... She cut me off sharply.
Enough! You had your chances and you failed. This time you are going to keep your promise.
Nora! Allie reached for me, but just vanished from sight in a bright flash. I shielded my eyes against it, and when I opened them again, I found myself surrounded by fairies. One, in particular, was terrifyingly familiar. It was her, the one from my dreams, the one Spencer saw, the one whose body I'd been trapped in all these years.
You caused us so many troubles, little changeling. But I suppose it's not unlike you in many ways.
What did you do with Allie? The fairy smiled coldly as she caught my chin and leaned close to whisper in my ear.
I sent them all home, little human. Even your little brother. The others wanted to keep him, so be grateful I chose to be kind. At any rate, you needn't worry about him anymore.
I yanked my chin away, glaring up at her.
You were so determined to trespass in our home, thieving at our doorstep to get back what you thought was yours. But you were wrong, because all this time the one truth of which you weren't aware, you have always been ours, from the day you first drew breath. All we've done is returned you to where you belong.
I went cold at her words, trying to ignore the feeling in the pit of my stomach that she was right. I looked around, but there was no way to escape. I knew whether I wanted it or not, this was my home now. I was going to have to be one of them, an unseelie, and I didn't think they'd let me get away again. And Doppelganger Elliot's just waiting in the wings for the breeding to commence. To weep is to make less the depth of grief. Also a good saying. Where I belong. Alright, how many more do we have? 1, 2, 3, 3. And then friendship ending? Maybe? 2 for sure. Possibly 3, and then a friendship ending. Okay. So I take it we did all the riddles ones, so we're gonna have to go back to the beginning potentially and start from there next bad ending. But I loved all those riddle-related bad endings. That was a lot of fun. Big fan of all of them. Alright, let's see what is left in this bad ending list next time.